Get over here!
Well, at least we have our people not turned to stone.
Yeah, last episode was a bombshell. A bombshell that
Turns
had
people
petrification
into
powers or
statues. Yeah.
something. Yeah, we got a lot to go through here, so this is actually going to be a bit of a special episode, and you guys will see why in a moment. As far as I can see and Oki can hear, it seems we're the only ones left.
Strange. I guess only the strongest of us didn't wind up as statues.
Anyone who was in the building with us was safe too, but everyone else was petrified. Wow. Who's this?
Micaiah.
Oh, I know who it is.
Wow, there are quite a few more of you flesh creatures left than I imagined. That's good. Maybe that means we'll stand a chance against her.
Micaiah, are you feeling alright?
I'm not Micaiah. How many times do I have to tell you that?
If you're not Micaiah, then who are you?
I'm Yune. Pleased to meet you.
So yeah, this happened.
If you remember, Yune was the name Micaiah gave that little bird she had.
So essentially, like, Micaiah has had a guardian goddess, so to speak, the entire time.
Yeah, this bird has been an aspect of a goddess that was sealed away in the Fire Emblem.
Yes.
That we've been calling the Demon King or the Dark God.
Yes.
Is actually this entity.
And the other entity that we saw in the last episode.
Yes.
Ashera.
Well, no, Ashera wasn't in the Fire Emblem. Ashera was someplace separate, but...
Oh, I get it.
When Yune awoke, so too did Ashera.
Got you. Now I get it. Yune? What did you do to Micaiah?
Micaiah is here with me now. She knows that you'll never save the petrified ones without me. So, she let me use her body to talk to you.
Alright, let me ask you this, Yune. If you don't have a body of your own, what the heck are you?
I've been asleep inside the medallion for a long, long time. Longer than any of you can imagine. But the Galder woke me up.
Leiron's medallion? Are you the dark god that was sealed inside of it?
Dark god. Dark god. No, I'm pretty sure I'm not one of those. I'm neither holy nor base, neither angel nor devil. I am freedom, chaos, transformation, future, mystery. I am Yune.
I don't care what you're called. Was it you who turned everyone into stone?
No, that wasn't me. I haven't done much of anything. I just woke up, so I don't have that kind of power just yet. That was Ashera's doing. It was her judgment upon the world. Nonsense! Holy Ashera would never harm us. She protects us at all times and guides us toward the right path. You've got it all wrong, little meatling. Ashera is neither kind nor loving to the beings of this world. Neither is she holy nor base, angel nor devil. She is restriction, order, stability, past, certainty, restraint. She is Ashera.
I don't understand. Why would the goddess Ashera try to destroy us? If anyone's going to kill us all, shouldn't it be you, the dark god who was sealed inside the medallion?
You called me a dark god again. How would you like it if I called you a dark bag of organs? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
What? Oh my lord, this
and then
character.
And then she doesn't talk to Ike anymore.
No, I actually kind of like the direction that they take with Yune, to be honest, because it's like, oh, this, like, dark being and everything, when in reality, she's not the one you guys had to worry about.
Yeah. Now, if you remember, they made a really big deal of, like, that count up that was happening last time.
Yes.
Was the amount of death stirring Yune inside the medallion.
Mm-hmm.
And Mist and the Herons realized, like, okay, we need to use the Galder, because it's better to wake her up with that than just with bloodshed.
So for all intents and purposes, like, the counter actually, like, would have gone up to 100, and that would have woken her up from that end. Like, this is just, like, speculation, obviously.
Yeah, if the game let you. So, yeah, we could have had, if not for the Herons, Yune might have woken up a lot more pissed, and then we'd have something more like the Dark God that was fought in ancient times.
Yeah, but instead, I think I remember you saying it earlier. It's like, It's kind of... The difference is, like, waking someone up with a bed and breakfast rather than just, like conking them in the head with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, there's... So neither Ashera nor Yune is light or dark or good or evil. I'd actually say both of them are light. But sometimes the world needs order and sometimes it needs chaos.
Yep, and that's what these two are.
Yeah.
Instead, I'll talk to you. Yes, you're the one I'll talk to. Me? Ashera has always hated me, but I like her. You've got some of her in you, so I'll talk to you. Oh, okay. So, you're Yune? That's right. I'm Yune. Ashera is order, I am chaos. We are sisters, but opposite in all things. We're linked to one another, though. When I sleep, Ashera sleeps. When I wake, Ashera wakes.
So Ashera's body was held at the top of that huge tower that's in Benyon.
Yeah, the Tower of the Gods, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then you're a goddess? I'm so sorry. Please forgive my insolence. I've been talking to you like you're a little kid. No, it's fine. Talk to me however you like. You don't have to stand on ceremony with me. Well, alright, if you insist. So, you were sealed inside the medallion, but now you're inside Micaiah? That's right. And the goddess Ashera was the one who turned all the Berrigan Lagoons into stone. Oh, are you here to tell us how to save them? Wait, I get it. You were the one who spoke to me. You said, wake me with the Galder of Release, not with the Spirit of War. Yes, I did. I'm so glad you understood. You're so very clever. Of course, I was hoping by sending you that message, I would stop all this from happening. What do you mean?
Here we go. I think this is what we were talking about just now.
We're running out of time, so I'll explain quickly. Long, long ago, your ancestors made a promise to Ashera. They promised that they would start no wars among all the nations for at least 1,000 years. If this promise was broken, then Ashera would destroy the world and try again with a new one. Despite this promise, you bone cages kept fighting each other.
Bone cages!
Yeah, Sephiroth said to her they barely made it like 800 years before this happened.
Eventually, war and conflict spread throughout the world. When Ashera woke up, she cast down her judgment upon those who failed to keep her promise.
I still don't understand. Why would it make a difference whether you were woken up by the Galder or by the Spirit of Chaos? How are you planning to stop Ashera from passing down her judgment?
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, by all that's... Would you stop acting like a child?
Please forgive my brother, Yune. We want to save people who were turned to stone. We need you to tell us how. It did matter that we woke you up with the Galder of Release, right? First of all, you should understand that because of our link, waking me is the same as waking Ashera. Now, if Ashera had been awakened by the Spirit of Chaos, none of us would be standing here right now. By the terms of the promise, she was just supposed to destroy the world. No hesitation, no discussion. But if she was awakened by the Galder of Release, she was supposed to consult with me first. She wasn't supposed to pass down her judgment until she heard from me. Ashera went ahead and turned everyone to stone without asking me. That's so unfair. I'll show her, though. I'll turn them all back somehow. The problem is that I can't do this by myself. I need your help. Will you help me? Of course we'll help. It's strange, but I trust you, Yune. And we all have to save the people who got turned to stone.
Yes, we'll do whatever it takes.
That's right. We will allow nothing to stand in our way. We will fight.
It's all so confusing, but we must do everything in our power to save the people. To be honest, I've spent my life teaching that the goddess Ashera watches over and protects us. This is all a little hard to accept. You don't have to believe me. You could just let her destroy the world. No, I will do whatever it takes to save the people who were turned to stone. I will join the others in helping you.
I mean, if you think about it, Ashera is protecting everybody right now by turning them into stone. She's protecting them from themselves.
Pretty much. So what you're saying is that we all have to play nice and work together? Just forget about all that's happened? So, open your eyes and look around. There aren't that many people left to fix this mess. If you don't help, we can't do it. Besides, I would think saving the world is something we could all agree on. You're right, Commander. All this is the result of our war. I guess there's not much reason to for flag waving on either side. First thing we have to do is unpetrify everyone. And, well, I'm actually kind of relieved. At least I don't have to worry about fighting you anymore. I wasn't looking forward to that matchup either.
Ike wasn't looking forward to that matchup because he would have had to kill Soth.
Ike would destroy Soth.
That would be like a one-shot.
Absolutely.
It's settled then. How should we begin? I know. Let's divide the army into 3 teams. I'm pretty sure that Ashera is going to notice what we're up to.
Dividing us up is smart. It reduces the risk of everyone getting killed at once.
We have to hurry. I can feel Ashera's power building.
It's all over if we get turned to stone, too. Alright, everyone, it's up to us.
What's your name?
I'm Ike.
Alright, Ike. You won't call me a dark god ever again, will you?
Not if you don't like it. Can I call you Yune?
I would like that. I guess I forgive you then. Oh, I know. As a sign of my forgiveness, I'll make sure that you can get to your destination safely. I can't do it for everyone because it's a bit exhausting for me, but hold still and close your eyes.
I'm ready. Here we go. So, again, we missed out on one level here, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just a few...
Just a couple of,
a
like,
few
skill
1
points.
points, yeah.
Yeah, and then, again, like, we were totally planning on doing it in that last chapter, but Ike fell asleep.
Yeah, that really cost us.
It cost us a lot, unfortunately. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Vanguard Ike.
That's a really cool pauldron.
No kidding. So yeah, this is basically his canon look, like throughout, like, you know, spin-offs and everything. This is basically what Ike
This is his
seen
ultimate
as.
form.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. This is actually his final form.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he gets Ether, so we can remove Blossom.
Yes, now's the time.
How do you feel?
Strong. Like it can take on anyone.
Wow, you're very confident for a being that can die. Let's see. You go with this team.
I'm going with you. I'm not leaving your Micaiah's side.
Fine. Micaiah says that she wants that too.
Let me talk to her.
Not right now. You'll have plenty of time to talk on the road, alright? Hey, you're with this team over here.
Damn it. Yeah, this is probably a lot for Soth right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the one thing about this game that is unique throughout the entirety of the Fire Emblem series. We actually have to divide our teams.
Yep.
Okay, so...
So first of all, I want to say it's just kind of funny how pretty much the way the, like, turning everybody into stone went, Ashera turned everybody on the continent into stone, and the only people it didn't affect is one certain kind of person, and then people with, like, strong enough wills or ties to the Herons or ties to Yune. Basically, it means all characters with a name.
Pretty much. The thing that I kind of like to think of it is that, like, you know, Yune kind of, like, explained that she's a bit responsible also for, like, protecting these people from turning to stone. And it's like, you could argue that she sensed the connection that these characters like Ike and Micaiah and, like, Tabarn and all that, the connections that they had with, like, the rest of these units, so she, like, did her best to spare them as well.
Yeah.
That's how I like to think of it anyway.
We'll also meet a few other disparate characters who are out there who, for one reason or another, didn't get turned to stone.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. So, we need to divide these guys up. First of all, in the Silver Army there, Micaiah, Soth, Skrimir, and Sigrun all cannot be moved.
Alright.
They have to be there. Same thing within the Grail Army. Ike, Mist, Soren, Titania, and Nyla.
Ah, okay.
And also Raphael, actually.
So it's 6 required units for the Grail Army.
Yeah.
And for the Hawk Army...
For the Hawk Army, Tabarn, Alencia, Lucia, Ronulf, and Tyranio. are stuck there. They can't go anywhere else.
Okay, so run off. Okay, so these 5.
Yeah, like, even, like, select Lucia, for example. Yeah, this unit cannot be switched out.
Gotcha.
Everybody else we can put wherever we want.
Alright, so, yeah, I had John basically put together a list so that, 1, we can balance out our teams as best as we can, while also providing opportunities for base conversations based on who's on what team. We're gonna get as many of this as we can. So, hey, lay it on me, John.
Okay, so for the Silver Army,
Yes.
we're going to want Leith.
Leaf?
Yep, and we're going to want Mordecai.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just go down the list. Like, I'll accommodate.
Okay, Mia.
Really?
Yeah, I decided we should have a Swordmaster over there because other teams will have pretty good.
Alright.
I split up our Swordmasters, basically.
Yeah.
We're moving Shinan and Gatry over there.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, so Shinan and Gatry.
We're moving Reese over there.
Alright.
We might run out of room soon.
I'll move people.
We're moving Har over there.
Where's Har? I see. Okay.
We're going to keep Marcia there. She's already there.
Yes.
We're going to keep Nialucci there.
Alright.
You can move Tanith over to the Hawk Army just to make room.
Alright. Where's Tanith? Okay. Tanith over to the Hawk Army.
Yeah. We're going to put Kieran there in the Silver Army.
Where's Kieran? Here it is. Alright.
We can move Edward and Leonardo to the Hawk Army to make room.
Alright. Leonardo and Edward.
Yep.
Done.
Okay, we're gonna move Ilyana and Nolan over to the Silver Army, who are both already there.
Yep.
Okay.
Ileana and Nolan are already there.
Alright, so that is our Silver Army.
Oh. So I imagine then Laura and Danvid are going to be moved.
Yes.
Alright, where are we going?
Okay, so, first of all, pretty important, Volug, we're gonna put in the Grail Army.
Where's Volug?
Oh, he's already there.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Okay. Boyd is gonna stay in the Grail Army.
Alright.
We're gonna put Zyhark there.
Alright.
We're gonna keep Rolf there.
Alright.
We're gonna put Brahm in. We're gonna keep Jill there.
Alright.
We're gonna move Heather there.
Heather. Where are you, Heather?
I think...
Oh, she's already there.
Oh, okay. We're gonna put Nephany there.
Yeah, girl.
And we're gonna put Astrid there.
Astrid. And I suppose, like, everyone else here remains the same, but we're going to move Laura and Danvid to the Hawk Army.
Yeah, so our Hawk Army should be Edward, Leonardo, Laura.
Hang on, Edward? Yeah, Edward, Leonardo, Laura,
Khalil, Janeth and Ulki,
Janeth and Ulki.
Tanith.
Yes, Tanith.
We're gonna move Oscar there.
Ah, yes. Alright.
Danvid.
Danvid's there.
And then Lyre and Kiza.
Lyre and Kaiza.
Alright, this is my plan setup, but if there's anything that seems off about it, we can talk about it. I gave each team an archer, even though Rolf isn't very well trained. Shinan, Rolf, and Leonardo are split up.
If we have to use some bonus experience to get some of these characters up to snuff, we will.
Yeah. I don't think we'll need to use Rolf anyway, but at least they have an archer.
It's an option.
Leith and Mordecai are going to be useful for one specific event that the Silver Army encounters.
Alright.
Volug and Boyd are going to be for, you know, conversations and stuff.
Got it.
Same with Khalil and Janeth and Ulki.
Alright.
Neolucci just because he appears in one cutscene if he's in the Silver Army.
And considering his availability overall, Neolucci will actually not be that bad. Like, at least as a unit. He's not going to be great, especially when compared to the likes of Tabarn. But, again, considering his availability, he's still kind of good. He's a level 22 Raven.
Yeah, and there's a few characters that it's not telling us right now, but are going from here to... So...
Yeah, we're going to get some more characters into these armies once we begin their missions.
Yeah, for example, you saw Nesala in last episode. Nesala travels with the Silver Army, so that's part of why Neolucci...
And by extension, so will Soniki, if I recall correctly.
And so will Soniki, yes.
Yeah.
Now, it makes you split up the Herons, but Rayson and Leanne are both out of commission.
Yeah.
And Raphael always travels with...
the Grail Army.
With Nyla and the Grail Army, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the one thing that's kind of like making me worry about the Silver and the Hawk Army is that we don't have a Heron for either of them, but, you know, we kind of fucked up on that one.
Yep, and also King Peleus of Daein is going to be traveling with the Hawk Army. The plot requires that.
Sounds good to me.
If he's alive, which he is because we went that path.
Sounds good. So is this our team? Or is this our setup?
I think so. We split up Oscar, Titania, and Kieran, so they each have a pretty decent rider. We split up Brahm, Tyranio, and Gatry, so they each have an armor unit. I tried my best to kind of, like, balance the power levels and think a little bit about the missions they're going to be on.
Yeah, we will, again, we'll pull our experience bonus experience and like use any resources we can to get some of these characters up to snuff if we have to.
Yep.
All right.
And Reese, Mist, and Laura, that's the other important one. They each have a dedicated healer.
Yeah, which is actually like makes me really, really glad that we invested in Laura a little bit because she's now a level 3 bishop. Like, not great, but she's a healer.
Also, that team has Alencia, so that's why I put the weakest healer with them because they already have Alencia.
Makes sense. All right, shall we?
Yep.
Each team will take a different route, but your destination is the same. It's the Tower of Guidance that stands in the middle of a land you named Banyan. Go there at once. Hope to see you all there. I'll be waiting.
Waiting? Aren't you coming with us?
I'll see you at the tower.
And there goes the bird.
Yeah, the bird flies off.
A bird? Yune. Then she must be... Micaiah! Micaiah!
Ah. Hello, Soph.
You're back. I was so worried. Hey, if that bird was Yune, where did she go?
I don't know where exactly, but she said she must go look for something.
Leaving us by ourselves? What's she thinking?
At least we know what we have to do. Let's move out for the tower. May I have a moment before we leave? Prince Kurth has requested that I pass these out to the Herons.
The sending stones. Those are sending stones, right?
Correct. Fortunately for us, each Heron has been assigned to a different team. King Tabarn, would you give this one to Prince Rayson? That's ideal. We can each communicate with the other teams using the stones. Good idea. Queen Nyla, please give this one to Prince Raphael.
I will.
And the last one is for Princess Leanne.
She's on my team. I'll give it to her.
Yeah, so the Herons still...
They're still alive.
An important story function.
Yeah.
Alright, we're ready to go. See you at the tower.
Yeah, see you at the tower. Hopefully.
So, and the idea is to split up into 3 because if Ashera notices one of us with her omniscient vision, like, she might be able to just, like, divine
pass
smite
judgment.
us. So it's better not to travel in one big group.
Yeah. Ike. Since we're on different teams, I need to tell you something before we go. Something important. It's General Zelgius. Next time you see him, Ike, use caution. He's your enemy. What do you mean? He's the one. He's the Black Knight. What? Zelgius is the Black Knight. I became certain of it when we crossed the river. It can't be. I wasn't going to tell you until I had hard proof, but it looks like we're out of time. Sorry I didn't tell you before. General Zelgius is the one who killed my father? I doubt that Zelgius has been turned to stone. Be careful, Ike. You might run into him. Good luck to you.
I really like So the reason why Runoff knows this is because throughout these two games, he has fought both of them.
Yes.
In Path of Radiance, he fought the Black Knight back when we were getting onto
the ship.
On Nasir's ship, and Ranulf held him off. And then in this chapter, he fought Zelgius at the river.
Yeah, in this game, he fought him, and it's like their fighting styles, the
Yeah.
way they move, it's the same.
Yeah, so fighting Zelgius, Ranulf was like, I've only felt this kind of power once before.
Yep. Zelgius, the Black Knight. So yeah, that's a fun little tidbit.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the reason why this episode is a little, like, unique. Basically, this is it. This is the episode for this particular part. It was just us, like, having the transition between, between what happened last episode and getting our teams together and getting all of this exposition. So, I hope you guys are okay with that. Nothing really, like, crazy this episode, so we're gonna go ahead and pick this up next time. So, I'm the Green Scorpion.
I'm the ComicFoil.
I'm scared.
Be sure to put down in the comments how I misproportioned our army.
Honestly,
and everything I did wrong.
Here's the thing, dude, like, any Fire Emblem player is going to look at that and be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Okay? Like, this is a very unique aspect
love it.
Fire Emblem, because no other Fire Emblem game, if I remember correctly, has done something like this.
Unpopular opinion, that's how they should have done Sacred Stones.
I agree!
Have both Erica and Ephraim's. I know we probably would have needed to introduce some more characters to fill out both armies, but, like,
I agree.
the game would be so much better if that's what they did.
I completely agree.